Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make a Gantt chart. But let me tell you first what is a Gantt chart. So a Gantt chart is when you have a different task, like for example, you have 7 different tasks here. And for each task, you have a start date and you have an end date. And similarly, you have the start date and end date for all these tasks. So, and you want to show this in a nice, easily understandable graphical way. So that is in the form of Gantt chart. So here we can see here the task 1, which is the start date of 1st September, and it's ending on 30th of November, and so on. We have others. So it's much easier to understand where your what your different tasks are, what their start dates are, and what is the overlapping regions. So how to make a Gantt chart? Let's go and show you how to make a Gantt chart. And it's very, very simple. So let me just copy this data and we'll reconstruct this again. And I paste it here. Right, so now we have start date and end date, and one thing is missing, which is the duration. So how long each task takes. So we will add that thing. Duration column. And how to get the duration? It's very simple. Type equal to and take away start date, enter, and here you get. So for the first task, it will take 90 days. For the rest of the tasks, simply select this and pull it down, and you get the duration for all of this. Okay, now we have everything that we need to make a Gantt chart. So now click on Insert, 2D bar or 3D bar. I like 3D bar, but you can choose 2D, whatever you want. I can make it slightly bigger so you can see it clearly. Okay, so here we have the chart, but it's empty. So obviously the next thing is to add the data. To add the data, right click and then click select data and then add. So we'll add our first data column, and that will be the start date. So series name would be start date. So simply click here. You don't have to type it. You simply click here and will automatically pick it. And click tab, or just go here and select all, and then select all this column, start date, and you done with your first column. And then we have to add the second column. So again, click add, and in this case the second value that we need is the duration. It's not the end date, it has to be the duration. So click on duration, and for the duration values, obviously we have to select all this column and then click OK. And finally we have to add the task names. So click on edit, and here it's asking for the axis label range, so it's actually task 1 to 7. So select them and click OK. Now you have provided all the information it needs, so click OK. Okay, so now we have the start dates and dates, but we have this blue area thing which we don't need actually. So click on this blue area, that will select all these blues. Then right click, format data series, fill, no fill, and we'll get rid of all this. Okay, so you have got your Gantt chart. We just need to make a few changes to make it look perfect. So one of the changes is we have to put the tasks in the right order. So the tasks at the moment, as you can see, are in the reverse order. So click on it, then right click, format axis, and then click on categories in reverse order, and job done. Okay, the next thing is we can see if you look in the here, there's a gap here which doesn't make any sense. So we shouldn't have this gap. So we need to get rid of this gap because our very first task is starting from 1st of September. So let the starting point be 1st of September. Okay, so let's copy this 1st of September, this date, Okay, now we have to tell the Excel that it should start from 1st of September. But the problem here is it doesn't understand what is the 1st September in this format. Because if I click here and we say the minimum, that is a number, that's not a date. So we have to tell the Excel in the number format, not in the date format. So what we'll have to do, we'll have to convert this date into a number, and that's pretty simple. So simply click here and then go here. So we are on the home screen, by the way. So at the moment it's showing in the date format. So click here and choose a number format. So that's another way of writing 1st of September 2020 in the number format. So you can simply copy it and then go on this scale, and double click, and in the minimum you paste and click enter, and that's all. And similarly, if you want, you can also get rid of this gap, but I'm okay with that. Okay, so that's more or less, you have done everything. And then finally, if you want, you can add the title axis. Let's say we give it a name. Or whatever you like. And then if you want, you can add a data table, which I like. So you can see there's this small square thing. We can get rid of that. So click again and click no legend keys. And finally, if you want, you can change the fonts. That's the basic things you can easily do. And say choose 18, bold, but it's up to you, whatever you want. And we don't need this, so we can select and then delete, so we can get rid of that. And if you feel this font is too small, so you can just click on it and then choose a bigger font, let's say 12. And similarly, if you want, you can choose click on this table and you can choose any other font, let's say 11. And similarly for this date. And that's all. Your Gantt chart is ready. Thank you very much. Hope you found this video useful. If you like it, please subscribe and share, and like, please. Thank you very much.